Hey, Earthlings, how's you doing? I hope everybody's okay in this strange clampdown time. Now, I thought I'd address an issue that keeps cropping up and came up on social media today for me, which is the usual thing about, you can't love one and exploit another. Now, we've seen multiple versions of these memes that go flying around, and I guess we're all pretty familiar with the case. And so I thought it'd be interesting to look at that issue from the position of rights-based animal rights, and also the sociological issue, in the sense that sociologically there is no real contradiction in a speciesist society to be loving one and eating another. And that comes down to the rights-based position about animal use. And so if we blend these two ideas together, what you've got here is you've got one type of animal use and another type of animal use. And we're saying that one is to do with loving and one is to do with eating, that kind of thing. In actual fact, from an animal rights point of view, they are both forms of animal use. We use some categories of other animals and treat them as if they are pets or animal companions, companion animals, whatever you want to call them. We use them for that purpose. So their purpose is to be petted, or to be living ornaments, or to be showcased, put into dog shows and cat shows and all the rest of it. And so that's the way that we use those particular other animals. Other categories of other animals, like pigs and cows and chickens, for example, they are used as if they are food. And that's the way that our culture orients towards this issue. It's a kind of structural issue, in the sense that we've got societies based on structural speciesism. The culture is drenched in speciesist values. And we use other animals in all kinds of ways. Some ways we use them as pets. Some ways we use them to eat. Other ways we use them as if they're models for science. There's kind of a lot of that going on at the moment, obviously. So, it's not so surprising that a speciesist culture will have a situation where some use is based on the idea that we love them and that we bring them into our families and we pet them and we care for them. But it's still a form of animal use. From an animal rights point of view, that's a rights violation. Other forms of animal use, I suppose from an animal rights point of view, are more obvious, that we actually physically eat their bodies. But we're using them either way. Animal use from an animal rights point of view is the problem. And so it would kind of help, in a way, that if we understood both of these issues, the loving them and the eating them, as forms of using them. They're all the same in that sense, that we are violating their rights by using them. Some are used as pets, that's what they're bred for. Some are used for food, that's what they're bred for. Of course, we do have this kind of in-betweeny position, which is the fact that most vegans and animal advocates will have other animals in their household because they were rescues. And so in that sense, we might not actually regard them as pets. But when we're talking in terms of these memes, we're talking to the general population, the people socialized into the general culture, which is that using animals is not the problem. We should treat them certain ways, but using them is not the problem. And so therefore, it's no contradiction. You can use them as pets, you can use them for food. What's the difference? From a speciesist cultural position, it's no different. It's just that I suppose in the movement we've got that kind of thing. Well, I don't regard my other animals as pets. I regard them as members of the family. But that's kind of part and parcel of how we use other animals as pets. So the people who buy other animals from breeders will have the same attitude. They'll be buying a pet to be a family member. you know. But of course, you know, a baby comes along, they might be out on their ear. So, you know, they're items of property. All other animals are items of property in law. So it's all about use. Think about it in terms of animal rights, that it's about use, it's not about treatment. And so the issue is the fact that we're using them either way. Okay, I'll see you again. Take care, everyone, and bye for now.